20th, we call this meeting to order. Welcome to our one guest, and may we stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, Chairman's remarks. I have two very quick remarks. This weekend coming up is Memorial Day weekend, and I ask that everybody remember all of our military, past and present, and keep a special place in your prayers for all of our military people that are overseas right now serving their country. I had the wonderful news today that my son came back from Afghanistan, but I can tell you from a parent's perspective, it's very, very difficult to deal with your child over there, or your husband, or your father. So I ask that this Memorial Day, we remember that we still have a lot of military overseas. Sometimes we get busy with our lives, and we tend to forget the struggles that our military families endure. On the second note, on Saturday, we had Wyndham Solid Waste held a hazardous waste dump here at the town garage, and it was extremely successful.
Great.
When I went there, I was the 47th in line, and there was still 45 minutes left and a line of cars behind me. So I number one, thank the Vernon people for recycling and doing things the proper way. Mm-hmm. And I want to send a special thanks to Bob Spencer and Mike Quartermanch, who spent a lot of time on this and worked really hard that day. So, you know, again, as I say all the time, this town would never be as good as it is without the people that volunteer. So thanks to Mike and Bob. And we will go on from there. If I may have a motion to approve the minutes of May 6th.
Yeah. I just need to make a correction.
Okay.
On the website bid, it says that the due date is June 20th. It should have been May 20th.
Okay.
Page on there, girlfriend.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
On page,
never mind.
yeah.
I believe it's the second page under old business. Yeah. Under old business,
Oh, okay, I
last
see it.
paragraph says
Yeah.
proposals.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of June 20th, 2013, should be May 20th, 2013.
I do have one other letter that came in. I just got it a minute ago. It's from Mary Lynn Sherlin. It said, "I'd like the minutes for the above meeting to be corrected as follows. I expressed my anger and frustration as a result of the meetings held on April 1st and 15th. I was not present at either meeting, and yet I was not only discussed, but my ethics and morals were challenged, along with my name and reputation were questioned." I have not had time to go back to look at the DVD to see if this is a word-for-word correction.
It does say in the minutes
Yeah, it
that
does.
she expressed.
Her anger and frustration.
Right.
It's on
Yes.
page 2 of 3.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5th paragraph down, Janet.
I go fourth, but, oh yeah,
Oh.
it is fifth. You're right. Sorry. There's no separation between
No,
them.
I saw that.
What does she want added?
Well, like I said, I haven't checked the DVD, so it appears that she would like
'Cause
it
it's
to read
there.
her anger and frustration, and so the addition would be of meetings held on April 1st and 15th. And then
She's got that. It's there.
it says April 15th, but it doesn't say the 1st.
Right,
Oh,
so,
okay.
so 4-1.
And that she was not
And
present at
4:50.
either meeting, and yet was not only discussed, but my ethics and morals were challenged, along with my name and reputation were questioned. I was not at the meeting, so I don't know if that statement was actually said during the recording. of
Well,
the
she
DVD.
did say that she was not present. I remember her saying
And
that.
she did say that.
And about that, she felt that I
Okay.
don't know if she said that her, I think she
Ethics
said
and
that
morals
her,
were
she felt that her,
Ethics.
ethics and stuff like that. I do remember her saying that
I'm
much. so-
fine with making the correction if the select board
Yeah.
wants that
Yeah.
correction.
Yes. Madam Chair, I move that we accept the minutes of May 6th as corrected.
second?
It's been moved and seconded to accept the minutes of May 6th as corrected. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay.
Also, I Oh, we're not there yet. Oh, yeah, we are. On the bills and warrants, I did sign for you.
Well, no.
I don't know why,
Let's
but-
rephrase that. You signed your signature for the clerk in those bills.
In her
You
stead,
didn't sign
right.
for her.
Right, I don't mean that. Thank you, Patty.
I don't want that out.
Thank you, because I do say things not
Right.
correct
You
sometimes.
signed the purple book in your name.
In my name,
For the
in your
clerk.
stead. How's that?
There we go. That's corrected well.
Thank you. Thank you for bringing that out. Oh, boy, have I got myself in trouble
May I
lately.
have a motion on the warrants?
Madam Chair, I make a motion that we approve warrants as follows. Number 24, SG accounts payable for $45,272.77. Number 19S payroll for $12,296.33. And number 20S payroll for $11,357.57.
Second, please.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve and pay warrants number 24, SG, accounts payable for $45,272.77. 19S payroll for $12,296.33, and 20S payroll for $11,357.57. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay, also, in part of the, I guess this would come in the treasurer's office. Oh, no, she's got it under new business, so we'll take care of it under new business. Okay. Department head committee report, seminar approval.
You will see in there
Oh, yeah.
a seminar approval request. Sally had sent along. I'm sorry, I don't have the actual.
Well, it was Sally and several
There's
others,
several
right?
others that are
Right.
looking to attend
The
this
auditors.
seminar, yeah.
Yeah. So then why don't we just make it a motion to allow them to go or whatever for this cemetery, whomever is going, I guess. I don't know how
I-
blanketed you want that, I mean, how big
It's
you
the
want.
auditors and the treasurer's office.
Okay, auditors and treasurer's office then.
Okay.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the attendance of the auditors and treasurer to the governmental accounting and auditing symposium. That's what you said, right, Chris?
Yes,
All
that's
those in
exactly what I
favor,
said.
please signify by
heard it.
saying aye.
Aye.
Okay. We have our town attorney coming, but I told him he didn't have to come till 7:45, 7 o'clock, because I didn't know how much we had on the agenda before him. So,
But we do the texts thing.
don't mind, we will skip that if I can have a motion and go on with business until,
I move that we move on to old business until, and see the town attorney later.
Second.
it's been moved and seconded to move on to the old business until the town attorney shows up. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
You know what, Carol, I haven't been in.
I did.
I do too.
Yes.
Come on up.
Because we will not have probably all of our information for filing the grand list, we're asking for an extension. We just have to get the approval of the select board.
Okay.
So if you would sign it, I will mail it tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay?
Motion?
Madam Chair, I make a motion that we approve and sign the extension for the lodging and grand list
To June 4th.
to June 4th.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the extension of the filing of the grand list until June 4th, 2013. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 Let me sign it and I'll pass it back the other way. Okay. Sorry about that, Carol. I haven't been by a computer for a couple of days. I've been very busy.
You go ahead.
We have here the tax agreement with Vermont Yankee, Entergy Vermont Yankee, sorry. We are agreeing on the same tax agreement we had last year. Entergy was kind enough to contact us again and remind us that, once again, we still don't have a contract with Entergy because everything is in litigation right now. So they offered to renew the contract the same as last year, that we had a formal contract with them. So they renewed it last year, and they intend to renew it again. I received this in the mail beginning of May and had the listers look it over, and it is indeed exactly word for word what we signed last year. So if I can have a motion, we can sign this and get this on to Entergy so that everything is in order.
Madam Chair, I make a motion that we approve and sign the
Tax stabilization agreement.
Entergy for 1 more year.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve and sign the tax stabilization agreement with Entergy Nuclear Vermont Yankee for one more year. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
They even sent an envelope.
I just need to
They
take
want
a
it back
copy
right away, I
before
guess?
we-
Yes, we need to take a copy of it because we haven't done that yet.
Yeah, I'll take a copy and then I'll,
Let me see, you have to sign this in 2 places.
yeah, I'll have her record it and then I'll send it off.
There are actually 2 signature places for this. So we really don't have to copy it because there's 2 copies, one for us and
Okay.
one for them.
One for the recording and one for,
Just making sure
that was really nice of them.
Yeah, and an envelope too.
And an envelope too.
Don't lose the envelope.
No, don't do that. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put it right with it. Thank you.
Okay. We also have, given to me by the police chief, the contract for dispatching services. If I can get a motion, we will approve and sign the contract.
Madam Chair, I make a motion that we approve and sign the contract for dispatching services for the Vernon Police Department.
Okay.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to sign the contract, the Department of Public Safety for dispatching services for the Vernon Police Department. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 Aye. Sorry. Can't do more than one thing at a time. Pete's sake.
Neither, apparently.
Make it go to Katrina.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
No, no, I'm supposed to sign it. We really don't fall under any of those on the bottom now.
Maybe just an approval is good enough.
Maybe,
Can I just take a copy of that too?
Yep.
Thank you.
Please do. Yeah, it just says approve and discuss and approve.
Yeah.
But a couple of years ago, the contract never got signed and sent off, so. And this is for, Sally wants us to sign, this is for the law offices of James McQuestion for approval for retirement fund update. We discussed that.
Yes, we did.
A couple weeks ago at Select Board. So if I can get a motion, we will sign the.
You're on a roll, Sandy.
I missed the meeting, I guess.
Who seconded that
Madam
motion?
Chair, I make a motion.
Did you
that we
second the motion?
approve and sign the contract with the law office of James
Mid-question.
McQuestion, PLC for the Northland Retirement Fund.
Second.
It's good evening. It's been moved and seconded to sign the contract with the law offices of James McQuestion for the approval for our fund update, although, our retirement fund update. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And if I can have a motion, we will go back to the town attorney.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to go back in order on the select board agenda, back to the town attorney. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay, that can go to Katrina.
Thank you.
Okay. We're on such a roll, Richard. Welcome. It's nice to see you again.
It's nice to see you all.
So Richard is here to give us an update on where we are on
Pending matters.
pending litigation matters.
Yep.
So if I may have a motion to go into executive session now, are these issues that the Hammonds will stay here for, I assume?
List is, yes.
At least a couple of them.
Well, a couple of them, not all of them, but right, okay.
Okay. Oops. Madam Chair, I move that we go into executive session with the town attorney, with the listers, on pending litigation matters, the disclosure of which at this time might be detrimental to the town and/or individuals involved.
It's been moved and seconded to go into executive session with town attorney Richard Couton and the listers on litigation matter, the disclosure of which at this time might be detrimental to the town.
Or
those involved. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye. We don't have Jeff's tallness there.
Oh, I can climb up.
I can do it. I'm pretty tall.
Went into executive session at
6:46.
6:46.
Wow.
Came out at 8:10.
No action taken.
No action taken.
Madam Chair, on January 28th, the Select Board discussed the public service board proceedings in executive session and agreed to authorize Chair O'Donnell to apply for party status. The board now realizes that no formal record of the vote taken at that time is in open session is recorded. The Select Board moves to ratify Chair O'Donnell in applying for party status.
Second.
There's no,
couple
I
words.
just did something here.
She went to one of your personal notes.
The Select Board discussed the Public Service Board proceedings in executive session and agreed to authorize Chair O'Donnell to apply for party status. The Board now realizes that no formal record of the vote was taken. At that time, in open session, the Select Board moves to ratify Chairwoman O'Donnell to applying for party status. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And that was on January 28th.
An abstention.
Good night.
Any
Thank you.
abstention?
Is there any abstention?
Yes.
Thank you.
Madam Chair. Oops.
And please note that Select Board member Rasmussen abstained because she was not an elected official at the time.
Okay, the board realizes the minutes of March 11th are inaccurate and that they reflect the board went into executive session on a personnel issue when the motion was for litigation at law. The board now realizes it intended to but did not take a formal vote in open meeting to authorize Chair O'Donnell to approve the correspondence from Chair O'Donnell to Harry Dodson, and so moves to ratify the minutes to reflect the same.
Second.
The board realizes the minutes of March 11 are inaccurate and they reflect the board went into executive session on a personnel issue when the motion was for litigation at law. The board now realizes it intended to but did not take a formal vote in open meeting to authorize Chair O'Donnell to approve the correspondence from Chair O'Donnell to Harry Dodson, and so moved to ratify the minutes to reflect the same. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Katrina, I did email this to you, but you got a lot of typos in it.
Well, thank you for giving us an update as to where we are on everything, and we really appreciate your coming to us tonight.
My pleasure.
Okay.
And we'll be in touch.
Have a great evening.
Thank you.
Thank you, Richard.
Okay, new business. we have to sign the emergency response plan, and assuming that 1, 2, 3 of us, 4 of us are, serve on emergency management, I think we're all very familiar with the plan. So if I can have a motion to sign the emergency response plan?
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to sign the emergency response plan. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Patty, I didn't get a hold of Mary Lynn on this
Yeah,
one.
I actually was going to talk about that because they haven't had a chance, the committee hasn't had a chance to discuss all of that yet.
Yeah.
Because they had a member that was away.
Well,
We'll go-
I also didn't get a hold of her because I've been busy with going to White River.
And the cemetery committee is going to try to meet on Thursday, if that's okay.
If we're done vacationing.
Really? And the cemetery committee would also like to ask the select board if they would confirm Stephanie King as a new member of the committee.
Really? Good.
She lives in our neighborhood and she's anxious to become part of the town and volunteer for stuff.
Wow, see?
That's awesome. We always like to welcome new volunteers to town.
Okay to make that motion?
Sure.
Then I make a motion that Stephanie King be appointed on the cemetery committee.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to appoint Stephanie King to the cemetery committee. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay, I think I said this last week, but I can't remember. I did get a letter. I love how we write letters.
I'm not supposed to sign it with blue.
I did.
From Rory Underwood, resigning from his position as fence viewer for the town of Vernon, effective 4/18/2013. I'd like to start by thanking him for his service to the town for the long time he did it.
Yes.
And if anybody knows anyone who would like to be a fence viewer, a select board member can serve as a fence viewer also. So if anybody would like to be a fence viewer, I know it sounds really fun.
What is that?
First time I heard it, we have weigher of coal and fence viewer and all kinds of positions.
Shingles?
But these are statutorial positions that every town has to have. And really, where a fence viewer would get involved is if there are property line issues, things like that. So it's not really if somebody's sitting on a fence. It's where the fence is, if the fence is on the right property line.
You can sit on the fence if you want to.
We have a lot of people who sit on the fence. Okay, could you pass that on to Katrina, because that's got to go to the emergency management director.
Okay, I wouldn't let me come back to the cemetery.
Okay, I think this is the last thing.
On Thursday.
Okay, I
I'll
didn't
meet.
get anything. I was actually informed by the chair of the Guilford Select Board that I would be getting a letter from a constituent, I think from Guilford, about cars on Broadbrook Road, but I didn't get anything yet. So if we do get something, we can always pull that up in new business. I just put it on the agenda because I didn't want to forget to discuss it. We also have correspondence from our town clerk, Susan Miller, about the Grange Scholarship, and that needs, help me, Sandy, just to be signed or approved,
I
or?
think probably it just, ooh, I thought just approved, but
I think it's just approved.
second. I don't-
Now, there are
doesn't-
there are two here. Do I,
Well, when it comes to the Grange Scholarship, I believe that's the, where's your town report, Chris?
Right here, of course.
I think it's the select board and a member from the farmland committee. That's the one.
okay.
It doesn't go to the select board.
Which one you want? Was it 12? Excuse me, Patty. Let me pass that in your face.
Yeah, there's not a lot of instructions here.
No, there's not a.
Here it is, Selection Committee, member of the Select Board, member of the Farmland Committee, and town resident. Is there a member of the Select Board who would like to serve on that committee? And it doesn't have to be the chair, it just says member.
The liaison for the farmland committee is you. just as an FYI. Susan asked me that. I
Okay.
don't know if that
So
had something
do
to
you
do with
want
it.
to get together with Art Miller?
Yep.
And all you have to do is approve these,
Okay.
but then that way I know it
So
gets done. 'cause it's
no, we have
like-
no motion needed
Yes.
then?
Yep.
We have one.
We need a motion.
We did. Sandy just
Sandy
made
made
it.
a motion,
Second.
I seconded it.
but I didn't
Oh,
catch
okay.
the motion, so
Technically, this should just go to the
It-
committee.
Yeah,
before we
so
go.
let's
I'm gonna
withdraw
do that one.
everything.
withdraw, okay.
Yep. Can I have my thing back?
Just
What thing do you have? Oh.
Thank you. So that I can be prepared for next time.
Okay, Michael.
Oh, wait, just one other thing.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Sorry, I forgot about this part. I need to make a motion to extend the deadline for the submission of website bids to June 3rd, which is our next select board meeting, and open the bids at 3-ish, whatever it's at.
3
3
At 3 p.m.
in the afternoon on the 3rd of June.
So seconded.
Okay.
Janet seconded them.
It's been moved and seconded to extend the opening of the bid for the town website to June
June
3rd.
3rd. I'm sorry, I was wrestling with papers here.
That's okay.
All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 And should I just ask the town resident to meet with me on this? Because we didn't.
Yeah. Also, too, we did get a correspondence from Michael Ball about our liaison to the rescue. And that it was important for the town to set a liaison because rescue need, in order for rescue to run efficiently, and I did let him know, and I didn't email everybody, I just sent an email to him, that we had appointed Dick McNary a year and a half ago, and that we had asked, and I know Katrina has sent an email to Rescue, letting Rescue know that Dick McNary is the Vernon liaison to Rescue, because she CC'd me when she sent it, and it was a long time ago. So I did let him know that that has been done, and we thank him for being a concerned citizen, but, all I can do is let Rescue know, then it's up to Rescue to let Mr. McNary know when the meetings are so he can attend them. So he actually, I heard 6 months ago that he hadn't gotten any correspondence from them. And I asked Katrina to send another letter, and, I don't run into him that much, no one called me, so I hadn't realized that he hadn't heard yet. But I ran into his wife and asked her to tell him to just call Rescue himself. So hopefully that will get done. And we also,
That for us?
that's weird.
Select board meeting, this is Katrina. Yes. Hi. Yeah?
Please tell the select board something.
Okay.
It's Sue. We also have here the agreement for house lawn care.
Okay, will do. Yep,
And we approved and signed that.
Second.
I missed that motion altogether, so can you repeat it again?
House lawn care.
Now, the
To
problem we have
approve
with
the
this,
contract with House
How
Lawn Care.
thank you.
No, it's a long names.
it's all the wrong select board names.
You know why? Because it was probably copied.
We can just
We
cross
normally, yeah, just
Just cross it.
cross them out and put the right ones, because it probably has a lot, each year it just gets copied, because there's no reason to, it stays the same, the agreement, it's just that. So, if you're not thinking, you're gonna,
Oop, I just crossed you off, sorry.
sure, you're sorry.
So
I think
that,
it's a,
Madam
was
Chair,
town-
I think
that
it's an
was the
omen or
counselor
I can
something.
hear her voice.
who said you just needed to look over the package
Okay.
for the Grange thing.
And she might have told me that, but.
There's a letter in there,
There's-
she said,
yeah.
that would explain it. And that Art Miller already has a copy
Okay.
of it as
Okay,
well.
Actually, I was reading the letter and couldn't figure, it was actually there was a second or third page that talked about who was involved, so
Yeah.
that's when I said, that's when we realized that, how it went, so. Here, my sense.
sure, could I?
You may,
Even though you crossed my name out?
we would love for you to sign it.
Thank you.
You could cross my name out if it'll make you feel better.
Your name's not even
Oh,
on it,
that's
so
right.
there, how's that make you feel?
Yeah, really.
I probably put the two S's in the wrong place.
So the cemetery hours, has that been tabled to another meeting?
Yes. Oh, no, they're gonna discuss
Yeah,
it.
we're going to
Oh,
meet later in the week and discuss it.
But not tonight.
So the cemetery committee's gonna meet later in the week.
Okay.
Okay.
We discuss all that, and then we
And then we,
go from there.
Color.
and
I need the copy of that.
got
Yeah, they're still
the,
signing it.
nomination, Stephanie's nomination.
Yeah, got that, thank you.
Well, that's gotta go to the town clerk anyway, so you
Yeah.
get a copy, you take it.
I'll take it and drop it
Right.
off.
Yeah, and the contracts have to go to the treasurer's office anyway, so.
Mhm.
Town clerk.
Police department's contract goes to Mary Beth, though, doesn't it?
Oh, that, yeah,
Yeah.
I was talking about that one,
No, that
sorry.
one, yes.
I
that
butted
one.
my nose in, sorry.
That one will go to the town.
As usual, sorry.
I'll get them all to the right people.
I'm trying not to do that. Ha, ha, ha. That'll work out real good, won't it?
Dream the impossible dream. No thanks. Everybody sign? Media. Before you fall asleep back there.
I just want to ask about the Yankee
Katrina?
contract. Is this the second year that it's kind of a one-year extension?
Yeah, and the reason why, actually, they approached us last year, and their license was up March 2012, and so was the contract that they had signed with the town. That was up in 2012. So they had contacted us and brought it to our attention that, you know, there really wasn't a contract and that they would be really interested in talking with the town to see, you know, an amicable way of handling the future. So what we came up with was extending the contract for 1 year, because we thought that at the end of the year, there would be an answer one way or another. And there's not. So I actually was contacted again by Entergy, Louisiana, the good guys, and they asked if we would be interested in extending the contract again. You know, we could reach into negotiations about what the assessment of the plant, the value of the plant is, but who knows right now until, while everything's still up in the air, there really is no value to the plant when they're fighting to stay open. So I think it was really pretty big of them to come to us and offer us, you know, what their last year's assessment was.
I saw, last year was 300 million was the valuation, so that's exactly the same.
Exactly the same it is this time, yes.
And you didn't have to, there was no negotiation, no assessment that you needed to do, it was basically
Nope.
just those.
Well, I talked to the board and said that they had contacted me, and, you know, I was told to proceed, so I actually didn't, they actually flew somebody up here, they did, that's right, they
Yeah.
flew somebody up here, and I talked with them. It was a 2-second meeting, and I apologized for him coming all the way up here, because, you know, we don't feel any different this year than we did last year, and he said it was great, because he loves to come to Vermont in March, when it's freezing cold and nice and warm down in Louisiana. So he went back home and did up the agreement and sent it to us.
Is there a feeling that, I mean, don't you have to figure at this point that by this time next year that there will be an answer?
I hope so. I hope so, Mike, for the people who live in this community that work at that plant. You know, I would imagine it's very, very difficult to live in limbo for all this time and not know what your future's gonna be. And, you know, there's a lot of talk about, well, these people will just get transferred somewhere else, but there's a lot of people working for my Yankee that aren't going to be transferred somewhere else. You know, they're not going to take up the whole admin staff and all of that all around the country. So, you know, these people just don't know what their future's going to be, and that's a terrible way to live. So, you know, I just wish everybody would stop playing politics and you know, let us all get on with our lives.
And from the town's perspective, I mean, we're talking over
Exactly.
$1 million.
Absolutely.
A year, right?
Absolutely. And, you know, when we're building budgets and stuff, we're living in limbo too, because we don't know what our future is either. You know, it's obviously, you'd have to live under a rock to not know that the town of Vernon supports Vermont Yankee. We've had votes to prove that fact. But, unfortunately, control's being taken out of our hands, so we just have to wait like the employees.
That's all I need.
Thank you very much. You have a wonderful evening. Thank you for coming tonight.
No, you go ahead. You've been
Before we
waiting.
adjourn, I just want to say how happy we are to have Mr. Dunkley back in our
Yes.
lovely little town, and we're so happy that he's
Absolutely.
on the mend and doing well. But, tough old Vermonters are hard to get down, though, aren't they, Jeff?
Yep.
He'll be back to work soon.
Yeah, I bet he will. Well, and it'll be
Yeah,
nice for you,
absolutely.
too, to not be going back and forth to Boston. We know how much you love traveling in Boston.
Enough of it.
Okay, adjourn.
I make a motion we adjourn.
Second?
It's been moved and seconded to adjourn. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Vernon Select Board adjourns at 8:30. You want my pretty yellow blue? How come I got blue?
Because supposedly you stick right out.